Good evening, this is the Nerds to Human, and welcome back to our map randomizer mod of Rome Total War, where, of course, last time Armenia took the mighty Rome, which was a bit easier than we anticipated, to be honest. They are, of course, pre-Marian, and we have cataphract archers. That does help an awful lot. We are, though, today going to press onwards. I'm looking to get towards, well, the full death of Rome for one, and bump up the regions controlled. We're really just going to aim for the peninsula on this occasion. Now, in theory, that would have been taking Rome and then kind of taking, well, it is a one continent, but taking our end of the continent. But Greece. They've decided to stab us in the well, not really the back so much as the throat. Really, they've just walked in the front door. Not the greatest army of all time, but there are some armoured hoplites to be wary of. We're going to be giving some of those guys a poke very soon. Some reinforcements have arrived. They were already gathering up an army, to be honest. I was planning on sending it to go and take on Carthage, who are longtime allies of the Roman Senate, but no. They decided to join the Greeks in this war, so the army will get a little bit of blood as we take on the Greeks first, but we're currently at a movement point, so we're gonna do that right now. In case you've forgotten anything else that was going on, Dacia down in the south have, they made the foolish decision of inevitably attacking us, so yes, we did pile down the coast on them last time, but there are still a strip of cities left to take, and that'll leave us bordered with our current allies, Thrace, who I'm not sure what they'll be thinking about all this by the time they've realised their settlements create a border. Can we? Oh, we can actually just get across to the Brutii, so maybe the Thracians will get to live. These lads at the top, Seleucids, are also our allies, so we'll just have to see if they're going to be allies or not. I'll happily keep them alive if they will accept those terms, but for now, yes, we're just going to push on with the Romans and try and deal with these pesky Greeks. A couple turns later then, and the Greeks have decided to withdraw. We did chase down and destroy the Roman army that was standing outside here, but did mean that it gave the Greeks a chance to run away. So we sent the horses after them, and you might be thinking this really isn't an army to take on all of that, but of course, horse archers can do wonders. So even if this is a skirmish where we pull out of, we're going to head in and we're going to see if we can take down these chaps. See, the game doesn't fancy us either, but 1,702 men, oh, that is a special number to me. It's a good omen. It means the destruction of this army. Let's hit him. Once again, we have Pride Rock here to help us, which I guess actually pretty helps them not get flanked quite so much. The main thing we want to deal with first are their dogs. No, the Greeks don't have dogs, that's good news. Militia cavalry, let's take care of the cavalry and maybe some of these archers. It will just be a little bit difficult potentially. Just keep spreading ourselves, so to speak, he says. Peltas need to be dealt with. That'll be grand. You know what? Generals, that's going to be your job. Deal with those lads. You, sir, to be honest, if you just want to take care of those militia cav, I wouldn't mind it because they look like they're going to get caught out. They're not quite going to get caught out, so pull away before they javelin us. We really need these guys to come over here and deal with those militia cav. That's actually what I need them to be doing. So you guys get over here. Hopefully, we can work out this skirmish. I think we finally had the militia cavalry in position to get shot. That's ideal for us. Archers are still running around, which means they're not doing anything. Peltasts are getting cleared out. That's good. I think one of them's routing. It's hard to see their colours routing in this particular weather. Anyway, we'll shoot down the hoplites. General, get yourselves back here. You, my good sirs, are getting shot. I assume it's by these guys. Indeed it is. Get the other general in here. He can just try and close the trap on those lads. Unfortunately, this rock is going to help them a little bit right now. Get the general out of there. It's going to be a little bit micromanaging, I suspect, here today. Some archers, they need to go down. They're the ones who really need to get smashed. Alright, so to say, we pulled out those infantry quite a long way at this point. Let's see if we can swing these guys back into the battlefield and help us out. Militia cavalry are running away from the general. That's okay. It's fine. We'll just smash in. The archers. There we are. We've already caught them. That's good. Into those guys. Pull away from the phalanx, you utter numpty. These generals are very experienced. Should be absolutely fine. I thought, whilst this is just a little bit of a pokey skirmish, I maybe wouldn't always cover this battle. I think, as it's the first of a new enemy, get out of there. Probably a good idea just to see how we might deal with the Greeks going forward. Unfortunately, we didn't really kill them with that charge, so we're just going to be a bit careful here. General has now dealt with them. Good. I can see my lad's about to just run straight into those hoplites. So maybe, my good sir, we'll just run straight through the gap. Some javelins going in is very much welcome. And we'll swing around. Okay, I think we've seen the general setup of this. You guys head into those peltas and just finish them off. Maybe you go and join them. And yeah, it looks like largely we're chopping this back down into mostly the infantry at this point. So see if we can pull those guys separate and finish them off with some of the horse archers. For some reason, these horse archers got themselves trapped in an actual infantry battle. They were both on skirmish, but obviously somehow they managed to get themselves caught. I can assure you they were on skirmish, but that is irritating. Hopefully they'll pull themselves back together at some point, because we could really do with them here today. Right, we're going to get in on these guys, get the horse archers over in this direction. They've routed out of the battlefield, apparently. That's not the best news. Armoured hoplites over there. I need to keep a close eye on that charge, if that's what I'm about to do. No, they've both fled. That's really not ideal. Not ideal at all. Do not charge into them. I paid attention, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. I'm not a complete numpty. Only a bit of a numpty. So, yeah, let's get these horses to charge into them. They are running away from us, right towards those guys. This could be an awkward affair from here, I think. At the very least, we do have the militia cavalry in the corner, which is good, because at this point they are not going to get away. General can chop them down, and without the general, then we have a chance to take out these infantry with some charges. But we will need the general to not be completely knackered. He's currently tired. So there we go. General is gone. He's just fled, not dead, but that will certainly do the job. And with that, good. We can have a chance now to figure out what we're going to do about the rest of this. These guys coming in. Yep. Let's bear this in mind, my good sir. How are you doing? You're just winded. That means you could get a good charge in. So we're going to attempt this. We'll see if we can pull it off. But it's going to be some awkward charges from now on. This is an armoured hoplite, so not the ideal unit to be trying to charge into, but we're going to do it anyway. Charge! Smash! And get out of there immediately, my good sir. Ideally, what we need is both... these guys, in fairness, aren't on skirmish, but we'll organise that now. But yeah, ideally we want both units charging in. That would be good. If nothing else, it's only caught the end. We can salvage this, he says, hopefully. So charge in the general and we'll see what we can manage. Completely unprepared hoplites, hitting the flank and broken. Good. Mop them up. As for the rest of this, you guys, well, unfortunately they're kind of stuck on the end of the battlefield, aren't they? I can't actually see the red line of doom, but yeah, we are. Oh, we're in the corner. Yeah, that's not good. Get yourselves away. Run away. And another poke in the back of the armoured hoplites. Can we do it this time? I don't know. Yes, we've done it. That's one unit down. Oh, lovely, lovely stuff. You guys get on top of them. Stop shooting. I think we'll be okay at this point. These horse archers are coming in for a poke. That's good. These guys, just getting your breath back. That's fine. I don't mind if this takes a while. We're just got to make sure we do it. Well, we're in the final stages now, and ideally, yes, they're going to get themselves confused, shot down. We can at least use up the last of our arrows and start bringing the generals into position. I'd rather use my main general because I can at least blow the Horn of Destiny to try and keep him safe. In the meantime, these guys are going to be shooting them in the side and in the flanks. That's very nice. Hit those hoplites. They're very close to breaking. We are unfortunately out of missiles with the middle unit, which isn't ideal, but it's just the way it goes. And we're just going to see if we can get around the back, and that should hopefully close out the battle. I would love to hit these hoplites in the back, but I can't really risk it with this general. So here we go, wavering, exhausted. Those hoplites are about to go down, and that break is going to leave them all a little bit wonky, isn't it? Lovely. I'm just going to tell them to turn and attack them because they'll react to it. The computer seems to know when you've told them to attack. So, just going to use him as a bit of bait. General, keep running round. We'll see. We'll see what we can manage. I think, General, you might be aiming at this guy. Don't actually charge them. That was all a ruse. And, okay. General has been told over there. They are responding to that. What are they doing? Are they going to respond to me? They're turning, but they don't quite know how to do it in time. I don't know. Anyway, we'll send him over here. It's a bit of an awkward game now because the horse archers are out of arrows, so it's just going to be one of those slightly awkward affairs. We just keep telling them to change angles. Here we go, Horn of Destiny. There we go. I think we just about pulled that one off. We didn't quite, actually. We didn't quite. I was hoping that would be enough, but they're the armoured hoplites. We didn't manage to finish that, so back we go. Keep trying. The numbers will hopefully win it in the end. One of Destiny is currently being active, so I can't reuse it, which just meant I had to pull out there. This is awkward. In comes the General! And I think this time we're going to have him. Yeah, we have them that time. That unit are down, and all the horse archers in the world just going to pour on top of the armoured hoplites who are currently up. There we go. I think we've done it now. We've got it, we've got it, we've got it. Sheer numbers of horse archers. Don't underestimate sheer numbers of horses charging at you, even if they are pathetic in melee. Those hoplites are now slightly wonked. Yeah, even these horse archers might just be able to turn that tide. Not quite. Blow the horn! Oh, no, their phalanxes are a bit wonky all over the place, and I'm not quite sure I'm happy with that. But they are now surrounded. So, we've just got to wangle out the last charge here. And I think, General, you can do it. For some reason, his rally is gone, which is weird because it doesn't say he's dead. I'm slightly concerned that he's dead, and I've never had an indication of it. But we're just going to charge anyway. And for some reason, not quite enough. Oof. Awful lot of horses died in that charge. That's not particularly good, is it? Come on, hoplites. You're supposed to be basic hoplites. I haven't got the message, but I'm quite concerned that he's actually dead at this point. Is he dead? I don't know that I see him, but I don't know that I've had a message either. Concerning. Well, his face should be very blank if he's dead. Let's just get all of them in at this point. Send them all in. Send them all in from all various angles. There's victory. Okay. They flee. That was an awkward, slightly silly affair, but we've done the job. And hopefully this guy isn't actually dead. There's been no message. His face isn't blank, but apparently he's lost his horn. There's the horn. Ah, beautiful. We're safe. And with that, victory is surely ours. Okay, so if you ever were doubting horse archers, there you go. Even against some proper hoplites, we managed to tear them apart. 1,702 men ripped to shreds. And with that, we have a great battle victory on the map. Isn't that just magnificent? Now, it does leave me a slight issue because I do want to make sure that we don't let them in the back door. I guess I don't need to attack Carthage immediately. I'm just wary that they're there, and I'd rather mop them up. So maybe when we sack another city or two, we'll be able to leave a few men on the bridge here, which should at least stop any Greek incursion. Yes, they pretty much have to cross either bridge. That's fine by me. And okay, we can slowly build up forces for Carthage once again. We have more troops coming from Chersonesus anyway, so yeah, they can help us out as we build towards the next stage. Well, with victory down in Tarsus, the Dacians continue to fall apart. That is a terrible, terrible bunch of plunder. I've actually needed, by the way, Rusa down here. 64, pretty much at the end of his life at this point. He's got Gallipa. I think I must have given away the rest of his retinue. That's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, he's got some lovely, lovely stats on here. So even a tiny bit of management as well, which isn't the most common thing. Just want to mop up these guys. Elsewhere, we do have plenty of people on the march. We have this army over here on the small side, but it'll do the job. We have another force up in this part of the world that's swinging across. More men gathering in various areas, like down here. Yeah, we see a couple of generals, some cataphract archers left over. Numantia just getting a few troops, which I think once we get these guys together, they're going to come down, join up with these lads, and we'll head across. That seems to be largely the plan. So those guys are very much under control. As for Cyrene, thanks to these Roman roads, oh yes, we can head ourselves straight in. Now, you, my good sir. Oh, Flavius the Harsh. Now, of course, they have dogs, but aside from that, not the best siege defense force. So, straight over there, all of the rams in the world. And I think we maybe will just open the gates as well if we're lucky. As for the rest of this, we've got plenty of troops just to hold things for the moment. I think we can retrain some of these in Rome. Got some decent training facilities. A couple, an archer here or there wouldn't be the worst thing. Plenty of river crossings. We're actually investing in mines +1, which will certainly be nice for the economy because we're slightly struggling to really have any boom. You can see on this particular mod actually, without the world wonders, which I hear are a bit of a complication with the coding. Without those like roads in particular, it's a bit more of a struggle than it normally is. The rest of, by the way, is Seleucid. I think this was Carthage on the map before, but they are winning their war against Carthage in general. So very nice, very nice. Maybe I do want to take these two though, so that they are not too strong up here. 4, 5 settlements. Kind of. This is a very nice civilization 5 kind of kingdom. This in the corner of the map, away from everyone. Nice city in the centre for around a nice tradition empire. But no, we're going to go smash them. So I'm going to go send this army here. I don't see any sign of the Greeks. There'll be a few turns if they're going to come back. And to be honest, I've got reinforcements on the way. There's plenty more in Moreau once we've stabilised the happiness of these growing towns. So you know what, things are looking very, very good indeed. I think, though, time to do a bit of mopping up, and we'll see what the next big battle is, most likely over in Cyrene. Well, we're in for another battle with Dacia here, and well, there's been a few that I haven't actually shown you so far. This one seems interesting because he's got this drunken nonsense of a man turning up. Drunken uncle, Slubbergullion, drunken lout himself, superstitious, axe-bitten, bloody, energetic genius who's untouched by fear but likes a little touch of farming. Well, 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 a very interesting lad indeed, and one that I think that we need to put to the sword. Meanwhile, I guess it makes the city a little bit easier to tear into. Those guys, as we know, just get shot down by horse archers. But you know what? Let's have a little battle with Dacia. Said in, let's slaughter them all. Well, it's an interesting affair. I kind of set this battle up the complete wrong way. I meant to face up the general like this and shoot down the other guys, but I missed who was the reinforcements and who was the actual battle. So, you know what? It's absolutely fine. We'll get our horse archers and we'll just shoot down their prince. That will be lovely. And as for the rest of this, well, to be honest, we do have plenty of archers for once. This is unusual. We haven't had many of these. Nice to have archers for Armenia. Considering the history of composite bowmen in this part of the world, I've always felt maybe Armenia should have some better archers. Maybe they'd be a little bit OP if they had these longbow archers from the Cataphract archers as foot archers. But I don't know, like, well, I love the Armenian army. I just wish they had some slightly better bowmen. Average bowmen, perfectly fine and competent. We'll make good use of that. Horse archers out to the flank, please. General out to the flank as well. And we'll just let the hillmen do their work. To be honest, stand still. What are you doing, by the way? Go away. Don't know how to skirmish, do they? Right. What I was trying to do was tell these guys not to skirmish whilst we got on with those guys. So my horse archers are now piling in for no reason because they're utter numpties. That general's already down to 14. That's absolutely obscene. If I can get these guys in. Hillmen aren't going to do very well for very long, but the general's going to charge into the rear, and hopefully that will just absolutely massacre everything. It didn't break at all, but there goes the general. There we go, and there goes the other guy, I think. So with that, hopefully, hillmen who are struggling are, well, they've done their job. You know what? They've absolutely done their job. You can see why I was aiming to set up this army the other way around, though, because now we've got warband taken on archers, and to be honest, I didn't really want that. But, you know, the battle's a victory anyway, so we'll take it. Yay! Armenia. I love your armies. Well, a clear battle victory there. 133 lost. I mean, the hillmen mostly died in that battle, but they did a pretty good job. They had about 7 units to take on, and they stood there, held their ground, meant that we defended our archers, which is basically their job, and victory was ours. Well, in a surprising twist, I sent my army further up north because, well, the Seleucids are already on their way to the Carthaginian city of Castra, but with only the general managing to reach there in time, they've decided to sally out at us. So this could be interesting. It looks like it's going to be a battle where I use the entirety of my allies' forces to throw themselves against the meat grinder and hope that I can just run around all day. Suspect that'll be fine because, yeah, they have some general men over here, but, well, I probably can't. Well, could I take out one of that? Possibly could with 5 experience, you know. We'll see. Let's head on in. And the battle commences. Scythed chariots are beautiful. Oh, that's just what I want to see. So scythed chariots into their bodyguard. That is going to be a massacre, I think. I could actually see what this general, or what this army consisted of before. Is it the actual general, by the way? Have I left it as scythed chariot generals from my chariot only campaign? I might have, you know. That might actually be happening right now. They're not normally chariots, are they? Oh well, you know what, this is much more fun. Much more fun indeed. Unless it's just a chariot and overall. They had a leader, didn't they? I'm sure they had a leader. Anyway, doesn't matter. It looks like we are actually fairly safe right now. Nothing much is happening with us. Are there any stragglers at the back that we could let us be led into the city behind? Maybe. Maybe. It is interesting watching the AI battle each other, isn't it? The scythed chariots have pulled out in spite of getting the general to flee. Now, I could follow him, but unfortunately I'm not in position to have got over there. Now, the militia cavalry are coming for a skirmish. More militia cavalry, round shields. Oh, this is just magnificent. They're throwing their cavalry away. The Seleucids have absolutely got this, by the way. Now, if I can't sweep in and steal a victory from them, which would be fun, if I can't manage that, then, yeah, I obviously need this to end without the Seleucids taking over, because they're the one currently, well, they're besieging it, but they're actually attacking me. So would I win it if they got completely wiped out? They started the siege first, but I'm actually the one being attacked in the sally. Who knows? Who knows? But main thing is, unless I take the city, I must make sure that yes, I don't let the entirety of this army get wiped out. We will see about all of this. But it looks like the Seleucids are going to rip them to shreds, because quite frankly, it doesn't look like they've got very much to fight with. Phalanx is sending their general rout in. He's continuing to half get away. Now I'm hoping... Oh yeah, there's some round shield. There's some round shield. Alright, charge in. Follow in behind them. We might just be able to nick it this way. This could be lovely. In we go! The gate is open! Go in! Go in, my sirs! We have snuck in. Oh, this is mostly excellent. Right, a bit of oil is tipping on our head, and we're going to run to the city centre and see if we can do this. We've got General's bodyguard here to take out, but aside from him, oh, I think we're largely going to be in the clear here. Some of them are retreating back in the city, which is actually not ideal, but we'll take this guy out. We'll start the timer very, very soon. Down goes their general, and there's victory. It claims it as us. Everyone else is routing. Well, the timer's on me, so I'm gonna assume it's me. Zipper tease, the Cunning. Well, let's see how cunning he really is, because yeah, you're gonna have to convince 2,200 Seleucids that the city's apparently yours. We'll see how that goes. And it is apparently ours. I will absolutely take that absolute nonsense of a victory. Glorious, glorious day. This will be slightly less glorious though, because yeah, there are a couple. Yeah, no music for this. This is going to be a dark day. We don't have a lot. They actually have some Cretians from what I saw. Only 1 unit. That's good news indeed. Hopefully we can find a way of dealing with those. Militia hoplites, easy to melt. We have proper phalanx and 1 archer. Well, this is going to be interesting, but hopefully we can hold them off. Well, this should certainly be an intriguing battle. There's no other crossing point from what I can tell, so no way to deal with the Cretians, which is a little bit concerning, but as long as they don't stand there and use all their missiles on us, we hopefully will be okay with regards to that. So archers. We do, for the first time in a bridge battle, have some normal archers, which means flaming arrows, which on the bridge is pretty much game over. So, yeah, it is pretty much a morale game, and in come the fire arrows before they even start. That's nice, we'll take that. Oh, Cretians, much more important that we shoot at them, actually. So, yes, Cretians need to go down, you guys, into them as well. Yeah, you can shoot them. Anyone that can shoot them, please do, because that's pretty much what needs to happen. They're now going to be forming, but we've got tons of shots in before they've even got a volley, which is pretty ideal. If they were clever, they'd be charging as we're worrying about the Cretians, but no, they've lost half of them, and not even a shot yet. Lovely. And with the archers pretty much annihilated, they are going to run in immediately, shoot down the bodyguard, who is right at the front, actually. Maybe we should shoot at some of these cavalry further back. It will just shoot into the pile. And to be honest, guys, maybe phalanx. I did put the phalanxes up because we were trying to run into position in case they ran straight at us at the start. But nope, I think we're fine. In come the general, which are pretty flimsy when it comes to the Greeks, so not even a proper charge. In comes the javelins from our general. Maybe we hold those back, actually. And he's immediately running. That's probably going to be the way of this battle. You can see him at the front there. Down he goes. Thank you, Steve. Good swipe of the spear there. And with this, pretty much the battle, I would think, because it's all militia hoplites, isn't it? Oh, yes. This is going to be glorious. Ooh, and that one particular volley there hits so many different units. It's actually insane how many units just routed in one go. Pretty much just one unit at the back there, and the victory is ours. We've not even gone down to 140 odd. Yeah, apart from one unit here, which is probably just been shot in the back. It might have even started with less, but no, it looks like it's all over now. So arrows, maybe we should stop at this point. Maybe we should stop. Bodies floating down the river. Oh yes, a dead Greekman. Just what we need on this day. And with an awful lot of poking, I suspect, yeah, they're not going to get through that phalanx. They're all going to be dead. And with that, hopefully, we've gained some experience because, yes, infantry do very much struggle to gain experience. And with that, yeah, just that load over there, I think, to be honest, we can probably click on the old end battle and another massacre. Wasn't sure we'd win that well, but decisive is certainly the word. Conspiracy theories ahoy, the faction leader, Rusa, has finally died. And that means that this lad, Zippites, the Cunning, is a faction leader, having just taken this city here. So, sad times, he passed away. He was currently besieging the unpronounceable town down here, so I'm sure we can finish off that job. There's no particular worries there, but yes, it does mean indeed that he is now our new general. So we'll send you into the city. We have buckets of money now. This is lovely. We can finally start spending around the empire, which is probably very, very much overdue. So we'll probably just get ourselves a couple of peasants just to man the fort. And we'll see if our allies want to remain allies or not. I suspect there's a good chance these guys are going to be unimpressed. I'll be honest, guys, these two cities were all supposed to be mine, and you were supposed to stay in this corner. I don't like them having 7 or so territories. There is actually, yeah, there is a rebel settlement up here, Liguria. I should go and grab that. Maybe once we've dealt with Carthage, we'll go and deal with that situation. But, okay, fine. One Greek army demolished on the bridge. Another one on its way, but no general. So that's nothing too much to worry about. We have more troops coming in, so I think we'll be absolutely fine. And yes, a couple of these new towns here are full of mines, so we're just spending what money we have on making sure we got some lovely, lovely mines. And Cyrene, still under siege. I was waiting for the spy to open the gate, and to be honest, we were losing enemy troops as we were doing it. Not quite happened for us, but you know, I might as well siege it out now. We've got 2 turns left. Means that we've been able to at least kind of stabilise the situation here with the Greeks. So maybe we'll move to this bridge for now. Harder to reinforce though. Well, I guess the decision's been made in the short term, but no, we'll keep moving forward and hopefully demolish more Romans. Well, the next big affair comes outside the unpronounceable town, where I think this is pretty much the last proper stand of these guys. They've got a few troops down here, virtually nothing with their faction leader and very little here. So this is probably the last sizable battle. 888 men and some good ones out of that. Some chosen archer warband, some chosen swordsmen, some flaxmen. Oh yeah, they got some serious stuff over here. More slubbergullions, but no, I think we're better take him out just fine because the reinforcements have arrived, which is fine because the faction leader just died at the start of this turn. So in we go and hopefully take him out. Well, the army we actually have to fight them, by the way, is kind of obscene. We've got 10 horse archers, I think. 10, 11, 12. No, 12 horse archers. A couple of cataphract archers. We even actually have our cataphracts here today. That's unusual. This is the only one we've got still. I don't really prioritise getting to those stables, and we don't really got any big cities to be fair. I think there's only a couple of places where we could potentially build those barracks, and we haven't really got to it yet, or those stables. So ballistas apparently trying to shoot in at us. That's not too fun, is it? I didn't even mention that in the intro. Okay, so we've got that going on over here and over in this part of the world. Honestly, I don't think these guys need to worry about that. They should probably, yeah, just turn and face more like this direction, which is where they're coming from. So we'll shoot these guys down, and after that, we won't worry too much because the rest of them are going to get shot to ribbons. It is a shame, though, to see these chosen archer warband get utterly annihilated because they're a thoroughly good unit. Let's take them in for a moment. Look at that. Look at that! Highly prized and highly dead. Indeed, that is the way of the Dacian in this war. They have nothing to show against Armenia, and I think that's one of the interesting things on the map randomizer, or indeed the randomizer mod in general, is that yeah, you start to see some units who, or some factions who don't normally come across each other at all, and you see just how strong, for example, Armenia are when they take on a load of barbarians who really have nothing to, yeah, have no way of dealing with them whatsoever. So we're going to go get these guys now. Over like this. Lovely stuff. And yeah, we'll just send one of you just to go mop up them. But the rest of us, to be honest, can probably, yeah, we can probably just get ourselves organised over here for the proper battle. Well, for some reason the game decided to crash, so this battle might look slightly different to how it did a few seconds ago for you, but as far as I'm concerned, it's basically the same thing. I don't really know what the difference currently is, but we'll just shoot down this second army here. Chances are we probably lost more than last time. I seem to have been shot by the archers a little bit on this particular occasion, but you know what? I think we'll be fine. As the V formation of Doom decides to slowly close in, they're deciding to charge into us, which I suspect isn't a great decision, but they can go for it should they wish. Yes, flanks are very exposed, my good sir. I'm not sure it's the most sensible plan. They are now just splitting up, which becomes slightly manic to deal with, but let's just make sure everyone's onto skirmish, because that's probably the best plan for the time being. Yeah, these guys are running off into the distance, so maybe we'll just get them to charge after him. That should pretty much be that dealt with. And we can just skirmish from here on in. That's absolutely fine. You know what, we'll probably just grab some of our cataphract archers and head out to this part of the world. Looks like they've actually made some contact with us here, probably because there's a big rock in the way. So get yourselves out of there. Oh, it's actually a barbarian warlord, that's why. Fair enough. Pull away, pull away, pull away, pull away. These guys, he's also surrounded himself. Down goes that general. He's being charged into by the horse archers. He's also around him. Lovely nudes all around. And it looks like the battle's pretty much already done. All over the place. Yeah, as ever, these guys really don't hold up in the battle with us very well, do they? Okay, spearmen, maybe just stand still. We don't actually want you to go and get involved. But on the whole, it looks like they're pretty much all dead. I'm not really sure who's actually fighting in this battle at this point, because everyone seems to be dead as far as I'm concerned, or running away, but somewhere on this battlefield an actual battle's taking place. Yeah, we'll never know, because these guys were already routing. I was well aware of that. Right, well, all missiles. Please make sure we're not shooting anymore, and let's just charge them down. Clear victory. That is, I would say, on the decisive side of things. And with that, we'll capture the town, and anything else happening this end turn, I'm not sure. More extermination, that's for sure. 3, so who are my allies? Oh, just my diplomat boat is going to get destroyed. Bit irritating. Right, so these guys are now burning to the ground. That's excellent news. And Yes, you might have noticed I've got a little bit more of the map filled out, by the way. My diplomats are wandering, I think is fair to say. There we go. Let's have another chat with someone. Bit of trade rights, bit of map information. I love finding out the map. It's really exciting. Ooh, you guys are pretty strong. Very nice indeed. A big pile of cities over here in the east. There's just a big pile of what looks like a pile of rebel emptiness in the middle here. Very, very intriguing indeed. Right, well, Cyrene, one turn away from the siege being complete. They're still hanging around at Castra, which is a little bit concerning. But if I'm honest, I'm probably going to walk out and just see what happens. Low tax rates. Let's just see if what we can get away with. Probably... they're just unhappy, aren't they? Ungrateful mongrels, the lot of them. Fine, we'll just do that. That's absolutely fine. Send these guys back down south. And is that going to be enough? I think we should, yeah, join back together with some of these forces. There's some more men over here because they've got to deal with the Greeks. Right, we leave you there, and then the rest of you come and join up here. To be honest, you've got a bit of money, so maybe you go guard the they're probably better to have than my mercenaries, to be honest. My pajama men are not going to do a better job than them, but oh well, we'll let them look after the city. I'm sure it'll be fine. Indeed, all may seem fine, but in Cyrene the game keeps crashing when I enslave them, so you know what, that doesn't matter too much. This time, the exterminate breaks it instead. Brilliant! Let us try one more time. This time, we enslave. No. Well, it seems like the gods have decided that I have to occupy, so occupy I shall, and, well, boats ahoy. I did manage to get the diplomat off this boat, so essentially he was taking me to the far corner of the map. Little bit of writing over here, but you know what, let's not worry about any of that nonsense. Over in Cyrene, you know, it's not too bad. It's quite a small place, so happiness and law. You know what, we'll go for a mixture of both. That'll be grand. To be honest, I reckon we can just walk straight out of here. I'm sure it'll be fine. Absolutely fine. Can we get anyone else there? I don't know that we can. You know what? We're going to go and send this lad over in this direction. You can head towards Cordoba. I don't see any mercs. I haven't seen any interesting mercs in the game yet. Fine city. We'll leave like one lad behind. Is there any point in that at all? There might be with enough slightly spamming situation. Some people say that's an exploit. I would suggest if you do take away all the people who are going to do the rioting, then that is a legit way of solving the problem. So, yay for dynamic population system. Now, obviously the plan here today is to go and take out the Roman Senate, so I guess these two are their last settlements by the looks of things, so we'll continue to press in this old direction. Do we have a spy to spare? Is it just the one lad we currently have? Looks like it's just him. So, that army's going to win no matter what, so let's just find out what we got to face over here. We've got some dogs, but apart from that, nothing that we should fear. No Greek reinforcements anywhere particularly close. I think we'll be okay. There is actually a battle we need to get on with this turn, and it's Zipotes, the new faction leader, obviously the leader of the Castra Gambit a little bit earlier, and on to Carthage we go. There is a full stack ahead of us, so let's see what we can take out right now. Bit of Cav, which could be interesting, but a fairly basic general. Let's take him down. Well, this should be interesting. It's a different army for us to face. This one has some proper long shield Cav. They can be pretty potent, but not really against our phalanxes, and our horse archers should be able to deal with them. They have some Libyan spearmen who are, well, inferior to ours, I think. A little bit anyway. A few basic skirmishes. Honestly, not the most impressive army of all time. We'll continue getting ourselves in position. Actually, these horse archers are starting to get there. Let's just start running a little bit. These guys are just going to pull out a little bit further away. Yeah. Start shooting them down. They'll be absolutely slaughtered, I would think. Although, two big shields, worth bearing in mind, but if they're going to turn their back, they're definitely going to lose out in the skirmish. There they go. Yeah, not quite the proverbial cheese, but a spattering of dead corpses. Yes, we're going to make sure they're dead twice over. Perfect. And indeed, I do believe that was the call for retreat as I finished that monologue. So, unfortunately, we're not really going to achieve what I want in this battle, but we will charge them down as much as we absolutely can. So, even if it just means engaging these guys, I don't really mind that. We'll just pin him in position for a moment. Yeah, pull out of there. Let the general do it. Let the general do it, you numpties. And, yeah, they'll be fine. Right, pull out of that. Good news. General is just going to pile on top of all of that. Their general's just got pulled back into the battlefield, which isn't the worst thing in the world. Just pile in. Pile in! I don't really want these horse archers to get stuck in a melee too much, but the general going down could be fun. No, we got away with it. Fine, 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 fine. The frightened child gets away. Pull out of there. Pull out of there. Don't really want my horse archers to go down unnecessarily here, so we'll get them out of there. But the general... yeah, he could still do some lovely, lovely work. I think these horse archers are chopping them down. There comes the actual general, like the main general. That's good fun. And yeah, horse archers are going to slaughter many of these men. Okay, all missiles off shoot at this point. Just yeah, charge at whatever you can. And that's the battle right there. But we'll see what we managed to take out, because some of them obviously fled, including the general. But yeah, we've lost almost nothing. Even the slightly, what may have seemed like ludicrous charges, in the end, were fairly sensible ploys. Indeed, in spite of their retreat, it is 76% of them dead to about 2% of ours. A few cavalry got away. I'll take it. Well, a few bits of business to take care of down south. I quite like the look of this little city here on the coast, and the gate is open. So down will go the general. Not a single kill to his name, and that was their faction leader as well, by the way. So down he goes. Resistance is futile, and Amphipolis is now as lovely stuff. So seems a bit unhappy with us, to be honest, but we'll work that one out in time. Get a few peasants called up to the ranks. That will be lovely. Maybe just a little watchtower. Yeah, that'll keep the plebs happy. So we've got a little watchtower. Probably need to build some slightly closer to our Frisian allies. As for the last couple of cities, well, that one is soon to go. In fact, to be honest, we should probably get heading straight off in that direction, shouldn't we? You know what? We probably will. So we're going to send these guys off. In fact, seems like... yeah, they were just about happy. Oh well, no need to worry about any of that nonsense. Get moving on in that kind of a direction, and to be honest, it looks awfully like, yeah, those guys are going to be gone before very long at all. I didn't mean to stop in your territory, guys. I hope they don't see. All is absolutely fine. As for the Romans, they've done some slightly weird things. They built a fort over here, so I've now just decided to just besiege the fort with most of my troops, and honestly, these guys can just get that place going. And Cordoba, meanwhile, well, they've come out to meet me in the field, which seems equally stupid, so let's give them a poke, and by that I mean an annihilation. Well, immediately they charge on forward towards us, which is interesting, especially as I have a load of horse archers in the forest. Down go your equites, who immediately have realised, oh, we were foolish. We were very, very foolish indeed. So, yeah, they've run straight into the old trap. They can probably only see one unit right now as well. The rest of them are going to go down. More equites. Yeah, guys, before you get surrounded, maybe head off to those guys. Those are the ones you want to immediately deal with. So you know what, we'll just charge them down. If they're all shooting at them, we'll get one more volley off before we hit them with the charge. Anytime. No, not shooting them anymore, apparently. Oh well, it's absolutely fine. So nothing too much to worry about here today. There are some velites, some war dogs at the rear. As we know, we need to go and take care of those guys. Velites could be a problem in a moment if we're not careful, but we'll just try and route these. We have an immediate charge. Feeling secure on the hill, an interesting idea. I'm not sure it's much of a hill. We'll just pull out of that. Doesn't seem like very much is happening. By pull out of it, I mean actually pull out of it, please. Anytime. Anytime they're wavering. Unfortunately, the numbers didn't quite break them early enough there, but that's fine. We'll just continue to run down this particular flank here. Deal with those velites who are reloading, but probably only scattering a few volleys at this one unit here. I don't think they're going to do very much damage. I think one Steve fell. That's about it. They're charging. We'll charge into them. And that should be a good early skirmish for us. War dogs are coming. No, not the war dogs. Oh, we got so far without the war dogs. They just disappeared off the face of the earth. What happened to the war dogs? You all saw that as well, right? They just teleported into nowhere. There they are! They hid in the forest, but the dogs have been released, but they were hidden in the forest. That was magic. That was actually magic, and I'm kind of disgusted by it. Right, so this unit is now forever going to have to run away. That's fine. The other two can at least get on with their work, I suppose. So yeah, you guys just run off into the middle distance. That'll be grand. Oh, the war dogs. I'm really tired of these guys, I'll be honest. Sheer numbers will hopefully tear apart what's left of this Equites unit. We'll just charge through them. That normally does the job. Indeed, it has on this occasion as well. The Velites probably unhappy with a routing friend nearby. Indeed, that is exactly what is happening there. These guys are probably a little bit too far wonky at this point. So just get yourself for a nice battle. The dogs have arrived! For Pete's sake, the dogs. Can't take my eye off them for a moment. At least send them into ghost dogs, I guess. So we'll head over there, deal with them. It's just Velites. There are no archers because this is Rome. Why would you use archers? They're only like great units. Why would you want to use them at all? Shoot down the Equites and yeah, we'll just keep sending the main army forward actually because we have totally got this at whatever point the engagement actually begins. Run for the hills. Indeed, they probably should, but indeed it's irritating once more. So that's what's going to happen. They're going to run away and we are going to chase them down. Speaking of running for the hills, of course the dogs once again are causing me irritants. So irritation. They're not actually fleeing. Where's the fleeing going? The general's about to rout the whole army by himself. He has. And the general is actually fighting a horse archers. That wasn't supposed to be happening. I thought they were running away. Supposed to be catching them here. The darn dogs, even when they're not trying to distract me, they've still managed it. Utterly ridiculous. Right, shoot those guys down. We'll go back into skirmish because that's actually what you're designed to do. General's charging through them. Get on top of that town watch because I mean they look amazing, don't they? It's sad that they're so dreadful, but they do look exquisite, and these guys will get charged. These guys will break as well, probably. And with that, melty, down go this Senate army. We do want to make sure we mop them up though, so let's make sure they go down to the last. And as the dogs very quickly approach our horses, looks like the battle is just about over. They are doing their massive scattered flee at this point. There we are, clearly won the battle. And there we are, the dogs. The dogs get to live free, but most of them are now dead. And that should leave the city pretty open. Well, the spy is in the city, but the gate has not been flung open, sadly. Trait increase, though. Legendary Commander. I feel like we've got a few of those at this point. Oh, Taxis the Mighty. Cavalry Commanding. Hero of Genius. That's definitely what it just said there. But anyway, we've got some pretty darn good stats going on in this part of the world. Well, I guess time to end our turn and see if Rome have any answer to all of this. Carthage are cute, aren't they? A ceasefire, and they want us to give them money? Oh, you're adorable. How about you become my my protectorate? How about that? Will you accept that? I'll take that, I guess. Platitudes and empty words. Utter nonsense. Oh, for Pete's sake. We're going to have to do this battle now, are we? Fine. Time to take on these fools. Now, they actually are pretty good in this army. Would it make more sense to step back for now? Maybe. So grab the reinforcements. There we are. We've got the reinforcements now. They've attacked them instead. Interesting. Well, maybe that's the way we got to do it. Let's head in. In a strange set of affairs, immediately we seem to have a massive cavalry encounter to just get on top of them, to be honest, as sheer numbers might have to do the trick. They are sending all their cavalry immediately in, which actually might work out very well for us because, yeah, that's broken one of ours, but to be honest, I don't mind in general. Oh, that unit's in trouble as well. Okay, well, winning a couple of these encounters. Oh dear, one unit's immediately routed out the battlefield. A second unit is going to rout and be immediately out of the battlefield. Who knows what's happening right now? This is just absolute chaos. Yeah, maybe they'll come back. Cavalry everywhere. Get those long shield cav. I don't know what's going on. Basically, I started the battle and immediately they were right next to all these reinforcements. So, yeah, look, I've got reinforcements over here that are also scattered. Let's get all these guys off. Actually, to be fair, they're about to run straight through them. Phalanx! Yay! That's fun. I probably shot some of my own men now, haven't I? I have indeed, but you know what? It's absolutely fine. So let's just get... Let's try and actually form a battle line, please. In exceptional news, though, this rallying cry has actually forced a bit of a flanking manoeuvre, which would be slightly more of a flank if the other units turned up in time. But the Longshield Cav, strong as they are not going to like this many units surrounding them. It's taken a long time to break them, though. There we go. Finally. Bizarre things happening. We've got a proper cavalry encounter here. We haven't really faced armies with lots of their own horses. It's kind of showing because at the moment I'm just charging in like an utter maniac. Let's just send the generals in. They'll be fine. They'll slaughter them. Horse archers can maybe go back to a bit of skirmishing because I think that's very much what we need to be doing with them right now. So you guys get yourself over here. They have no archers because Carthage are stupid. So yeah, let's just pile in. Utter chaos. I love the utter chaos of this. And by love it I mean I'm slightly irritated because I don't really know what's happening. But you know what? It's all in good fun, isn't it? It's all in good fun, Steve. Plenty of Libyan spearmen to take care of, though, so that's something we do need to be quite wary of. Skirmish mode needs to be reactivated, and the spearmen who are probably a little bit warmed up, a bit winded in one case, yeah, get your spears out, get yourself ready. Barbarian Cav over there, and General, looks like we're getting ourselves into the fray here. Their General is coming in, and we should just slam into him. They've got skirmishes there. They've got Iberian infantry there. That's nothing. Nothing for us to worry about. Libyans are not close enough to worry about this charge right now. Keep an eye on them. Libyans are still here. They're in our rear as well. Turn around. Yeah, they're broken. Get back on top of that general. Honestly, let's just get some of these infantry into some of this. Just no line. Just move. Just get moving. Their general was pretty much dead at this point. There are the Libyans, though. Okay, we've got to hold long enough to kill him. Hold off long enough to kill him. There we go, he's down. And with that, we need to get out of here. Absolutely need to get the flip out of Dodge. Get out of Dodge, sirs. I think we'll be fine. It's the faction leader I've got here, by the way. It's my faction leader. Right, let's go and assist in the skirmish end of the battle. And these guys, you know what? Yeah, town militia, you deal with them. You, sirs, deal with them. And got some skirmishes. You know what? Just make a line at this point. Make a line. General's going to charge into them. So Horn of Destiny. For some reason, there's not, even though he's the general. Although maybe it's because he's my allied army, technically. We smash into the rear of that. Oh, that's 2 Libyans down. That is excellent news. Excellent news all around. Just what we want on a Tuesday night, which is, I guess, when this is going to be released, because I'm a day late. Nonetheless, we will not be $1 short. There's a routing unit who's running through them for some reason. Barbarian Cav taking on Libyan Spearmen. That's a catastrophic decision on their part. These guys are doing fine, I guess. You guys maybe need to turn around. You maybe need to turn around. You maybe need to source something. I'm just saying words now. Oh, God, the general is in a terrible, terrible position taking some Libyan Spearmen on. This battle is utter chaos and I can't keep track of what's going on. I kind of love it because it's been too easy up till now. Been too easy. Now, General is still alive apparently. Don't know how he survived all of that, but he did. So, what are we going to do? Get our 3 cavalry units together. Oh yeah, they're broken again. Let's mop them up. Let's mop them up. We've got ourselves largely a victory in that part of the world. No, you carry on over here. You carry over here. You get onto the town militia. You get onto them. I don't know what's happening. I think we've won. I think that's what's happened here. I don't really know who's still actually fighting us. Someone's still fighting somewhere, but by and large, we seem to have won this. Victory! We've clearly won the battle in utter chaotic fashion, but to be honest, it's an absolute slaughter. Good old Captain Courier Bag has carried the day. Well, with Apollonia for some reason not being defended properly, we'll go and take that. Nothing to really do with this place. Apparently it's tiny, so pretty much left with just Cordoba. Before we head in there, though, we can have a last look at Dacia, who are likewise going to face their doom. Probably they'll survive to the start of the next episode, but no, Lepsis will soon go down as well. We'll just make sure we've got enough in here just to defend against whatever that scrappy unit is. We'll get this guy out of our allies' territory before they realise he's there. And of course Carthage, yes, very much now under siege. A few units left. That could be still a bit of a fight actually on some stone walls. That could be interesting because we're not massively filled up on infantry, although they do have 2 extra attack with the silver swords, so that could put us in good stead. I should point out this guy here does have some ridiculous things going on. Blessed Vitality is obscenely good. I mean, Sharp, Superior Commander Victor, he's got down here Blatant Adulterer. I mean, +1 morale, +1 morale, +3 morale, and yeah, so much else to go with it. What an absolute hero of a man. He doesn't even need to open his eyes. He is that mighty and gunning. But yes, let's finish off the day with Cordoba and the Romans. Honestly, these guys over here, utter cowards. They'll turn to rebels and we'll just siege them out. Let's finish off with the last lad. Did I only build 1 ram here? Did I just see that right? Did I only build 1 ram? No, I got 3. I've got 3. We're fine. Right, Lentulus. Good old Captain Lentils. We'll head into him. So don't really see very much of interest at all. But he's the faction leader. So it's fair enough that we take him down. Let's head in. It is a little bit sad that it's such a, well, simple, basic army that's going to take on the last Roman Senate town, but out with a whimper they go. We do have some heavy spearmen in fairness, so it's not the most ridiculous army of all time, but we are back to some standard tactics of stand in front of the walls, shoot over them with the arrows, and they can't defend them. So, yeah, the wooden walls, not really going to cut it, lads. Not really going to cut it. So even their Hastati, who are not completely incompetent, are going to get themselves shot down in a beautiful pool of purple. Well, the Hastati are doing all sorts of confusing things. They have at least made a decision to throw over the top of this house. They've taken out a couple horses, I suppose. One fool just wandering around the streets here, but I don't know where the general's gone. He's hiding around the corner somewhere, but these Hastati in the meantime are getting themselves shot. So are they gonna, yeah, they're gonna get themselves flanked. Fine. In we go, into the flank. You guys, do your skirmish. These guys, yeah, job done. We're actually on the plaza at this point. Those Hastati are not going to be happy, even if it's just a horse archer. Some experience being gained there, and the slaughter can continue. And in come my cavalry to send all of my own units flying. That's just spectacular. I'm losing so many more men than I need to here. It's actually ridiculous. This very, very slow rear trap is coming, but the general's already gone. No. They go down to the last. And unfortunately, that means that this trap isn't going to quite work. Oh, some of them are, but that's mostly our own horses, to be honest. I don't know what's happening. But essentially, the battle has been won. Bit of a messy affair, but frankly, I want to go to bed. So, there we are. Victory and glory. Sort of decisive. One unit got themselves a bit slaughtered, but apart from that, you know what? It's all good. Let's have a nice neutral battle to finish off the Roman Senate. And with that, Cordoba falls. And what do we want to go with? We want to exterminate. And with that, faction destroyed. And interestingly, we just get to go have ourselves a fort now. How nice. I might just go and leave this fort, to be honest. Not sure we need it. But we wanted to conquer it anyway, because we could, damn it. So with that, well, how close are we to victory now? 15 more regions. Well, I guess that's the next episode then. We've got ourselves Liguria, we've got ourselves Africa, we've got ourselves 2 more down here, so that's 4. To take the rest, what could we be doing? I mean, we've got a couple of allies down here, and as long as they stay allies, I will keep them alive. Because I'm honourable, damn it. But the Greeks, they may well have to be the ones who go, to be honest, because they kind of annoy me. So we'll see about that next time. But for now, I will leave you. I am Thomas, this is Nerd Seaman, and this has been a map randomizer mod of Rome Total War. as the Armenians, of course. Thank you, and bye-bye. In come the fire arrows, and if you're not aware, by the way, this is actually a traditional Berlin greeting. It says, come and dance with us, come and dance in the flames, come and dance and die on our streets. We have ourselves a foothold in Italy. They broke! We had them entirely surrounded.